Here's number 31 from 2.5. We have a graph of a function y equals 4 plus the cotangent of x minus 2 times the cosecant of x. We're asked to find the equation of the tangent line at point P, given here on the graph, and the equation of the horizontal tangent line at point Q, given here. We're going to start with the equation of the tangent at point P. Point P, we have both the x and y value of the point, so that's not a question. What we need is the slope. So we want to begin part A by finding the derivative of the function y. So dy dx is equal to, derivative of 4 is 0, and the derivative of cotangent of x is negative cosecant squared of x. Minus 2 times the cosecant of x has a derivative of positive 2 cosecant of x cotangent of x. Now, to find the slope of the tangent line at point P, we need to evaluate this derivative at the x value of pi over 2. At this point, we probably don't mentally keep cosecants and cotangents of pi over 2 in our head, so I would rewrite this derivative in terms of sines and cosines. So doing that, we have negative 1 over the sine squared of x plus 2 over cosecant of x is sine of x in the denominator, and cotangent of x is cosine of x over sine of x. So cosine of x here times sine of x there, so essentially that's sine squared of x in the denominator. And we can move forward and say this is negative 1 plus 2 times the cosine of x over the sine squared of x, since we have a common denominator. Now, we want to evaluate this at pi over 2. So dy dx evaluated at x equals pi over 2 looks like this. Negative 1 plus 2 times the cosine of pi over 2 over the sine of pi over 2 quantity squared. Okay, so the cosine of pi over 2 is 0, so that leaves just a negative 1 in the numerator. The sine of pi over 2 is 1, and if you square that, you get 1, so our slope is negative 1, and we are ready to write the equation of the line. It's going to be y equals the slope negative 1 times x minus the x value of the point, pi over 2, plus 2, the y value of the point. So there we have it, part A. The tangent line at P is this equation. Now for part B, which I'm going to start over here, we want to find the equation of the horizontal line at point Q, and we do not have the x or y value at point Q. What we know is that the tangent line there is horizontal, meaning that the slope is 0, which then becomes the derivative is 0. So what we want to do is take the derivative, which we found in part A, negative 1 plus 2 cosine of x over the sine squared of x, and set that equal to 0. So when a fraction is equal to 0, the numerator only is equal to 0. So we've got negative 1 plus 2 cosine of x equals 0. Solving this a bit further, we should find that 2 cosine of x is equal to 1. And then cosine of x is equal to 1/2. And the cosine is 1/2 at x is equal to, that would be what? Pi over 3. So we have the x value of the point, pi over 3. Next, we need the y value of the point, which we'll get by plugging that x value into the original equation. So y of a pi over 3 is equal to 4 plus, I'm going to go back into sines and cosines again. So rather than cotangent, I'm going to go with cosine of pi over 3 over the sine of pi over 3. Minus 2, instead of cosecant, I'm going to go with sine in the denominator, sine of pi over 3. So let's continue this and work it out a little more. Cosine of pi over 3, we know is 1/2. Well, let's try that again. 1/2. And then the sine of pi over 3 is root 3 over 2. minus 2 over root 3 over 2. So 1/2 over root 3 over 2, let's see, times by 2 over root 3, that's going to be plus a 1 over the square root of 3. And then 2 over the square root of 3 over 2 would be 2 root 3. So that'd be minus 4 over the square root of 3. So that gives us then a 4. Let's see, common denominator here, 1 minus 4, so minus 3 over the square root of 3. 3 over root 3, I imagine, can be simplified. 3 over root 3, if we rationalize, multiply by root 3 on top and bottom, this becomes 3 root 3 over 3, which is then, that's just root 3. So we have 4 minus the square root of 3 as the y value. 4 minus root 3. So that means, since this is a horizontal line and the slope is 0, that this y value is 4 minus the square root of 3, and the equation of that line is y equals 4 minus the square root of 3. And that's everything on number 31.